friends, welcome back to the channel. I have a quick meal for today. Today is Monday, and I was kind of under the weather a little bit, and so I just really wanted a salad tonight for dinner and nothing too heavy. So I want to share with you how I make my loaded salad. Hope you are enjoying your day on today or your evening. I have a few things that I wanted to show you, my supporting cast for the meal, and I also posted in pictures. But today we're going to do a seasoned rotisserie chicken from Kirkland, which is Costco brand. Okay, they're very inexpensive, and I find that when you want a quick meal, or even if you're having a dinner party or as such, you can buy one of these chickens, 2, 3, or 4 of them for about $20-25, and that's less stress on you for preparing your meal. But anyway, this is what we have. I've showed you the rotisserie chicken. We have our salad mixture. And I said earlier, I love scallions, green onions, whatever you call them. And I have a salad mix that I love from Sam's. Now, this is from Sam's, not from Costco. So I went to 2 places today. I went to Sam's and Costco. And I do wash my bag lettuce. You know, we have to be careful because there's a lot of different things going on with our food, and so we want to make sure that it is especially clean. So I have washed my greens and my green onions here, and we're going to also have that. We're also going to have French bread, okay? So I have it all buttered up and sliced up. I'm going to put it in the oven, and we're going to have that as well. And I got a French bread loaf from Walmart. Very inexpensive, $1. But you got to eat this stuff quick, because what I found out is that it will definitely mold on you within 2 to 3 days. So when you buy it, be sure that you do eat it. Also, what we're going to have is, I like boiled eggs, so I have them in ice bath right now, as you can see. And so I'm going to also put a boiled egg on me and my husband's salad as well. And I'll tell you how I boil my eggs with no problem peeling. I generally boil them for about 10 minutes, 15 at the most. I like hard-boiled eggs. I don't like soft-boiled eggs. And after 15 minutes, I put it on a timer so I can keep track, because sometimes I may walk away. But I put it on a timer for my stove timer for 15 minutes, and then I cut it off, take it off the burner, and cover them up. Okay? I cover them up for an additional 10, maybe 8 to 10 minutes. And when you peel them, it will come out in perfection. I don't put salt, baking powder, vinegar in my water. I just follow those steps. And I got that from YouTube. And every now and then, they say the fresher the eggs are, the harder they are to peel. And I found that to be true. These are fresh eggs, but you know, these have to be some that are, fresh from the hens that are laying them. So, this is what we're having on tonight. So, what I'm going to do, I'm bring you in a little bit closer. I'm going to go ahead and cut the chicken up that we're going to put on our salad tonight. And I'm going to use the white meat on tonight. I use thigh meat, white meat, leg meat, wing meat. It doesn't matter. But see, I'm going to use this this rotisserie chicken in probably 3 different meals. I'm going to use it tonight as a part of our salad. And then I'm going to probably make some chicken salad tomorrow and so forth if there's anything left other than that. So what I do is I take my knife and I just cut it into pieces. Yeah. I cut it into pieces, okay? So I cut it down to the bone. I bend it and then I cut it apart, okay? Very easy to do. And I do the same with the other leg and the thigh part. Cut it down, okay? Get at the joint, break that. And sometimes you don't even have to cut it again. You just pull it apart, okay? And that is that. Now, it has the rib bone, a part of that also connected to the thigh. So I'll cut that up too. And let me tell you something for those of you who are fearful of buying even whole chickens. Look, when me and my husband got married, I couldn't even cut a chicken. I would have so many pieces of that chicken. He would just sit there and laugh at me. So finally, excuse me, I'm going to wash my hands again. He said, let me show you how to cut up a chicken. That was hilarious to me because, you know, when we got married, it probably was very few things that I could cook. And so I'm going to put these pieces in a Ziploc bag while I'm talking. And so he taught me how to cut a whole chicken. So oftentimes you can find a whole chicken at a cheaper price than you can doing the parts. So sometimes, depending on how my money is or depending on what I'm preparing, I may buy a whole chicken and cut it up into pieces, which makes sense. It really makes sense. So okay, we're gonna cut the wing. Okay, cut that off. Okay, and then we'll have that. Just get it at the bone, and you can break that as well. And there's the wing right there. Okay, I'm gonna put that up because remember I said I'm going to use the breast on tonight. Okay, so we're gonna cut this other wing. Okay, we're gonna break that off at the bone. Okay, and cut it. And this is your other wing here. Okay, it kind of broke up, but it's still the wing part. Okay, now we're gonna get down to the breast part. Now we're gonna debone this chicken, so we're not gonna leave nothing on here. Okay, we're not gonna leave anything on this bone. So we're going to debone the whole thing. Okay, so I just take it with my hands and I begin to pull it apart, or you can take your knife and you can cut it. It's whatever you want to do. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this breast off, part of it. Okay, so you have the breast right there. Okay, and of course I'm going to take the skin off. We're going to get rid of that. Okay, and this one I'm going to put up because we don't need a whole breast for salad. And I'm going to continue on with the other breast, and we're going to cut that off the bone as well. And it's really, really simple. You just follow the bone line and the knife will do the rest. very simple and very easy. So maybe one day I'll do a whole raw chicken as a tutorial for you. So you can see that we have some meat left, some white meat. I'm going to take that off. We can use that as part of our salad tonight. Okay. So very, very easy to do. Yes, very easy, very simple, and very tasty. Yes, it is. So we'll get that meat under the belly. Okay, and this is what we're going to have, the carcass left, yes. And some people strip it, you know, more than that, but this is what I'm going to do for today. And this is what we have left. Okay. We'll put that in our garbage bag, which is the bag that we used to take the chicken out of. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is take this fat piece off of here, this skin. We don't need that for our chicken on tonight, our salad. Okay, what we're going to do now, I put the bread in the oven and I have it on broil, and so it can get a little brown, the French bread. And what I'm going to do now is put my salad together, okay? So be sure that you take all your bad pieces of your onions off and make sure that they're definitely clean, okay? So, yeah, some of them have spots like that on it. You know, I don't like that. So I'll toss that, and like places like that and so forth. So I'll toss that. These are good here. So we're going to keep this. Okay. Now, I have sliced up my meat. Okay. And this is done. I sliced this up. This is the rotisserie chicken. Yeah. Let me dry my salad greens off a little bit more. Okay. And remember I told you that, let me check my bread. That was quick. We don't cut our greens because they will immediately start browning and they won't last overnight, or, you know, more than overnight, because, okay, let's get this out. Here we go. We got the French bread out. And this is how that looks. Delicious. Delicious, delicious, delicious. Okay. Let me cut my oven off. Okay. So, we have our salad, and like I said, I clean mine and then I dry it. I let it sit in the colander and drain, but I also help it because I don't have a salad spinner yet, but that is going to be my next purchase, a salad spinner. Okay. Now I'm going to show you how I'm going to put this salad together. It's very simple. It's very easy. And so this is how the eggs came out. Perfect. Perfect. See that? Perfect boiled eggs. Yes. Okay. So when I have two bigger pieces, then I will cut them down with my fingers. Okay. And like I said, these greens I got from Sam's Club, and I love that brand that I showed you. So I'll take, if it's not small enough for us, you know, when you get older, you need smaller bites. Okay. And so, yeah, I can laugh at myself too. My dad used to say, just keep living. And now that I've gotten into my golden age, I understand what he used to say. A lot of times the old folks, as they used to say, they would say sayings and stuff, and we didn't understand it. But then as we grew older and life began to life for us, we began to understand that a lot of that stuff they saying wasn't just some gibberish. Or they wasn't just talking loud and saying nothing, as James Brown said. What they were saying had meaning to it. We were just young and foolish sometimes. That's why I try not to be so hard on the younger generation. I ain't talking about the ones that's being a menace to society now. That's a different story. And I don't care what culture they come from. If you a menace to society, then, hey, that's what you are. I'm talking about the ones that, they not out there doing harm to people, but they just making stupid mistakes. Okay? Okay. So I'm going to leave that at that. We'll talk about something like that later. I won't get into that. But, okay. Now, I don't want to lead down a rabbit hole or anything. Don't cut anything like this unless you are experienced. And trust me, just because you're experienced, don't mean that you won't cut yourself, okay? So what I'm doing is cutting the green onion, the spring onion, whatever you call it. I call it green onion, okay? And I'm going to steal some off my husband's and put it on my plate. Yeah, okay? It's very simple. This is a very quick and simple meal. Then what we're going to do is take our chicken, okay? And we're going to put that to one side over here. Delicious, delicious. Okay? Yeah, I wasn't feeling too well, and I had cooked some mustard greens yesterday, and cornbread and creamy chicken rice, and I just didn't want that today. And I told my husband, I'm going to make a salad. You want one? And he said, yep. So that helped me out a lot. Okay? So now we're going to cut up the egg. And look, what you can add to your salad is, I'm telling you, it's just unimaginable. Sometimes I put raisins, you can put pickles, beets, cheese, whatever your desire is. Really, it's no end to making a salad your way. Sometimes I have shrimp salad, and I've used pickles and tomatoes and cucumbers. This wasn't one of those kind of days. So this is what we have: some Italian dressing and I like Ken's Steakhouse, okay? And I usually make my own ranch, but when I don't, I like Ken's Steakhouse. But you got to catch this stuff on sale because it's very expensive. And we take and put a little black pepper on there, okay? You can put whatever you want, okay? So this is our salads for tonight, and we're going to take and put a piece of bread on there, and of course put our salad dressing on there, and this is what we're having for dinner tonight: a chicken salad. Very simple, just 3 ingredients: the greens, well, 4, the greens, the green onion, the chicken, and the egg. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Look at that. Yes, just gorgeous. Okay, my friends. Again, it is my prayer that you have a blessed evening. Thanks for coming in. Thank you for my new subscribers. God bless you all. And I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, subscribe and share if you haven't, and become a part of my family. Thank you for coming in on tonight, and you all be blessed until we see you the next time. Bye.